Hello, I'm Joan Landis, really glad to be with you again. So today we are talking about the very first basic relaxation technique. When you are feeling out of sorts, one of the best things you can do to calm down your troubled body and brain is, as I referred to before, see if you can influence the reptilian part of your brain, okay? And so we do that with breathing techniques. Now, before I go into actually how to do this, I want to explain more in detail why and how this works. So, you basically have on your autonomic nervous system, okay, you have a parasympathetic part and a sympathetic part. Just the easiest way to conceptualize it is that the sympathetic part is what puts the gas on. Okay, that ramps you up to get ready to react, okay? The parasympathetic part puts the brake on, calms you down, slows down your heart rate, gets your body ready to just settle down, and that's what that does. So interestingly, when you inhale quickly, like this, it puts on the gas pedal on the sympathetic nervous system, okay? And you can feel it, can't you? If you just did that. Your whole body just does that. On the other hand, to put your brake on, you do a long, slow exhalation. That puts the brake on. You can feel it. Okay, so this is powerful stuff that you can do for yourself. So it's been found that the research is actually very good on breathing techniques to relax you. And to refine it a little bit, it's been found that diaphragmatic breathing is more effective than chest breathing. What's chest breathing? Chest breathing is like this, right? I mean, it almost gets you ramped up just watching it, right? But diaphragmatic breathing is really what babies do. If you watch a baby sleeping, their chest does not move up and down very much at all. What moves up and down? Their belly, their little tummy, okay? And it goes in and out. And that's what we call diaphragmatic breathing, because it's your diaphragm moving out and pulling your lungs open, because that's how your lungs work. The diaphragm pulls, the diaphragm is here underneath your lungs, and you pull it down and it stretches your lungs like balloons to inhale. And then it pushes up and that pushes the air out, and then it pulls it down, and that's how your diaphragm works, okay? If you are a chest breather, often you will actually be often in a kind of a state of semi-hyperventilation. You really are not getting the oxygen that you need for your brain to work at optimum levels, and it can actually generate anxiety. And so we want to learn to breathe a little differently, and not just when we're upset. Most of us probably need to think about practicing relaxation breathing so that we have enough oxygen in our lungs and in our brain to work well. So we're going to link to an exercise that makes it so that you can start practicing the relaxation breathing for diaphragmatic breathing. And that's a really important skill to get. And what you need to do is you need to practice like every day. Even when you feel like you don't need to, practice every day. It's like practicing on the piano. Or the thing I tell my clients is that, all right, I can't just explain to you how to do relaxation breathing and practice with it once in the office and then expect for you to actually know how to do it in the moment when you're under pressure, right? That would be like, giving a soldier the machine gun and saying, okay, here's how you shoot it. Okay, shoot it with me. Boom, 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 boom. All right, now I don't want you to practice at all, but when the enemy is shooting at you, I hope you can remember how to use your machine gun. I mean, you can see how ridiculous that is, that when you're under pressure, you need to have practiced it so much that it's just muscle memory and training. You actually don't need to think with your prefrontal cortex, that you can do that more primitive muscle memory and training the reptilian and mammalian part of your brain where you're just reacting, and then you can effectively react or respond to the stressor. So that's why we say we want you to practice these relaxation breathing techniques every day for about 2 weeks. And the cool thing about that, it will make it so that in the moment you'll be able to just respond with your body. And then the other thing is that it actually can reset your normal breathing pattern, okay? So instead of walking around going, that you'll take fewer breaths with your diaphragm. And if you've ever taken vocal lessons or singing lessons, they will explain exactly, how that works. The easiest way to try to conceptualize it is to put one hand on your chest and one hand just below your ribs on your upper abdomen. And just practice breathing and try to keep this hand still and try to keep your diaphragm hand, the hand on your belly, let that one be the one that moves in and out. So just practice that. Just notice. Can you breathe with your diaphragm instead of your chest? Now, when you're first trying it, you might actually feel a little dizzy or lightheaded. That is entirely normal, okay? If that happens to you, just breathe a little less deeply for a while. But over the next few days, your body will become much more used to it and will be able to, use that extra oxygen and not, kind of say, oh my gosh, what do we do with this? So keep, we want you to practice every day, deep breathing, and we'll have a link to a recording that you can use. And we'd like you to do that every single day, okay? And pretty soon, you'll know how to do that. You won't have to put your hand on your body anymore. You'll simply be able to. Now, the interesting thing is you can develop what we call a relaxation response to that. It's very Pavlovian, okay? And some people, every time they inhale, they think of a peaceful word like relax, or peace, or calm, whatever. Have a word that can trigger that relaxation response. But it's really funny because I've done it enough that when I just do that slow diaphragmatic inhale, that I all of a sudden get this nice relaxation response all over my body. It's really great. And the cool thing about this relaxation response that you can learn how to do, that you can learn how to program, is that, it's almost as good as a hot tub, but you can do it anywhere. You can do it waiting in a line at Walmart. You can do it in a traffic jam. And you can get that same beautiful relaxation response anytime you want, okay? It's really good stuff. So we want you to learn how to do that. Now, another breathing technique that I really like, and it's another one that you will need to practice, and I like it especially when you're feeling a little bit panicked or anxiety. I've had clients tell me that this can actually head off a panic attack if they do it right. And so it's called 4-square breathing. Okay, what is that? That's where you inhale for a count of 4. So you inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Start over again. Inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Okay. So that's a really great one. I mean, it's super easy to conceptualize. And here's the technology behind this one. So yes, we're doing the breathing, especially with that long, slow exhalation and that holding of the breath that puts the brake on all of your ramped up body sensations. So that's very, very useful. So that's coming in from the bottom, from the reptilian part of your brain. Here's the interesting thing. The counting to 4, that actually keeps your prefrontal cortex busy, right? Because that's very logical. It's very numbers oriented. You're speaking it in your mind. You're using words in your mind, or even, well, not really out loud, but. And so you're keeping this part busy and you're keeping the reptilian part busy. And so you're addressing the mammalian upset part of your brain from the back door and from the front door. Very interesting. So that's one reason that particular technology is so effective, because it addresses both the reptilian and the humanistic part of your brain. So I hope you have fun with this. Please start practicing these. This can really help you, even when you're having negative thoughts. If you will just go to that body system, the reptilian part of your brain, soothe that, settle it down, then you can start thinking logically again. And we'd like all of us to start doing a little more of that. So have fun with that. Start practicing it every day. We have links to those on our pages, and get on the forums. Tell us what you like, what you're struggling with, and when you've ever used it in an effective fashion. So I hope you have fun with this. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.